Last year we have witnessed Trump's assassination attempt, but this year the cycle continues and it has taken a life of Charlie Kirk. I need 20 seconds of your time for this is a special rocket ship episode. We will mourn the death of a man, watch his content, and hopefully his legacy moves on and becomes stronger than himself. Anyways, thank you guys. You have showed your care that you're not ignorant to this issue in hand. It's kind of scary because the vibe that is gonna trickle down across all videos, I probably will use this format of 30 minutes for someone. And now it's like, wow, we're gonna have to remember our mortality. And people who do moral work and moral crusades, their mortality is even more present and in the hands of evil sometimes. Sometimes a person becomes too courageous and goes a little bit too far. I think that's what happened, but until I've seen enough, I dare to not decide on this issue. All I know is that this guy was brave and was talking directly to the opposition, basically. And maybe went out of his way to be in the opposition territory. Just to peel off unwanted guests. I support Trump. We are winners. I am not American, but voting is something you can do with your heart as well. Vote, support, and understand the moral issues in hand. It's a very important thing to resonate with stuff like this. That's the value of politics in the first place, is to talk about problems and try and find the best solution, the best moral solution that hurts the least amount of people, but hurts the most amount of demons. We're definitely gonna have to talk about guns issue, and I will definitely spread my opinions on this video, because it's mine. It's my video, guys. But the theme is me click a person with 4 million subscribers, because he has content, and we shall watch this content. Let the compilation begin. This guy became popular very fast, so I think it's a little bit reckless. I think he was way too brave, and maybe not reading the room correctly. Like, this is the vibe right now. Like, no YouTuber becomes 4 million subscribed in just 1 year. That's impossible, guys. That's literally impossible. It shows the strength of politics. It shows the strength of what courage can do. You combine these two things, you get this. So it's very interesting. And you get viral moments as well, because you're fighting opposition and whatnot. But again, because this was such a blow up in someone's career, you can expect this sort of outcome, I believe.
All right, everybody, who's ready?
Oh yeah, and one more thing worth mentioning. Not only am I on the winning side of politics, but it feels like Republicans deserve 4 more years. I'm sorry, bro. And it's not about Trump voting third time, because that's impossible, hopefully. But for fuck's sake, people have to understand that politically charged crime you have to pay for. You have to shut the fuck up, sit down, and just accept your defeats. Like, you can't do that. Like, whoever sacrificed a life, whatever the shooter wanted to do, well, now we have to sit down and remember that we had a strong personality, big brain, caring and talking about moral issues and collecting an audience around him, and it's just like, there's nothing lefties can do to actually combat shit like this anymore. Like, it's gonna resonate for a long ass time.
The abortionists.
Because the problem is, like, America is not safe. And lefties don't care about safety. They don't give a fuck, bro. For them, safety is to kill a baby. For them, safety is to kill things. To put on a mask. In so many ways now. In so many ways, they put up a mask. They kill their own personalities. They pretend. And indoctrinates huge amounts of people who also don't care hard enough about stuff like safety. Like, nah. For lefties, safety is just like, let's kill it off, and we're safe now. We're safe. We just kill it. So it's very on theme, you know, what's
that are actually
going on
doing that
here.
procedure. Does that
Agree with a lot of politically what any of you have to say, but I'm a part of Bridge Pittsburgh, which is a organization that believes in having civil discussion without yelling at each other. So
That is crazy. She's not gonna yell.
Reactionary response to the anti-racist movement for the last 10 years because there's no better way to
What did lefties do? Kill the police. Protest and protest until people shut up and get killed, basically. The racism just got killed. But it's never enough for them. Lefties just keep finding racism. It's like you can be killing racism for your entire career, it seems. One thing I have to say about it, you gotta fucking nail that into your skull. It's a personal preference to be racist. I might be traumatized about a certain group of people, and I don't fucking like them, and I treat them slightly differently in my head. In reality, I probably don't care. You know, I will try to stay away. If you want to kill racism, you cannot just shout it out of a person, because that's a preference. If someone chose to do something, it's like them screaming about gender preference. But gender is not a preference. So all of a sudden, like this word preference, just like to lefties, it blows their minds. It works against them so easily. No matter what gender you prefer, doesn't change a thing. You know, just employs you that much harder because women grow up in a different environment and they learn different things in different style of existence. And genetically, we're so fucking different as well. Not just culturally. You can try and bend that shit, but your preference is not gonna defeat the reality. In the same way, you cannot kill someone else's preference, you can only intimidate them to try and consider something that's less racist. You can ask them constantly, nag them basically, if you want, but it's not actually gonna change the thing. Like, a person can only change so much. The another unfortunate thing is that racism cannot be killed with the tools that lefties are using, because again, people just lean to looking at crime statistics and they be like appalled that blacks are so active. People will find ways to reinforce their preference into just unchangeable, unbreakable degree, and you can't do anything anymore. You can't even suggest successfully that people should reconsider. The other issue is the sexual preference, not just gender. You can prefer same gender, but you are not gonna go far with that kind of preference. And it's like, if you want to nerf yourself again, you nerf your gender and you nerf your sexual preference. If you want to nerf yourself so fucking badly, go right ahead. But a normal person wouldn't do that. Just like a normal person will associate threats with whatever threatened them, a normal person is not gonna nerf himself with experimental preferences. And then obviously the last issue is women. And unfortunately, women have to understand that when they drive all the men crazy and out of their group, when men realize that they can't get anything out of lefty politics, they just, by bending over to women, you don't get anything from women because you have to, hold something hostage. You have to hold a value hostage so a person would want that value from you. Otherwise, women will not be attracted to you if you just bend over to them. That's not how it works. So it's a preference to not be women, to be a man if you want to attract women, to not bend over. Now, it's for men specifically, a preference. And obviously women have to prefer those type of men as well. It's again naturally occurring, just like racism is naturally occurring. This sort of preference is also going to naturally occur, and there's no reason to try and fucking stop it. By all means necessary. Try and kill it. Trying is a virtue. I'll give you that. You can try a certain amount of times. You will run out of trials. Your trial version will run out. And it's time to give the fuck up. And right now the politics is at the moment where people should be giving the fuck up of these lefty preference fucking assaults. We also should prefer that people like that live on, but apparently someone's guts told them otherwise. So, again, I'm gonna try to extract content, but I'm doing a better job, guys.
Foster
I'm
racial
doing a better job.
animus into that community.
Oh, it is very interesting as well. To destroy racism, lefties eventually started to be like, well, we destroyed racism, we can take advantage of that. We can be racist towards white people now. This is the taken advantage of this attack on racism immediately. That's what women do. Eventually, when they feel like they have enough power to take advantage of it, it's just the most natural thing again. But good things can't last forever when they don't benefit the entire population, doesn't it? They can't last forever. The other 50% of the people will strike back. This is the political division. It's not left versus right, it is men versus women, and they take turns of who gets to rule the country. But when women say, I want women president, men slap them in the fucking face because what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing, bro? Have a president, man, who can take care of shit. What is wrong with you? Why woman president? What is wrong with you, bro? So every single time Trump has to step in and slap that woman in the face. And you know what? Trump is the least racist person I know. Because he slapped a white woman just as hard as a black woman. And that is definitely not racism. That is equality.
Oh, so I vote and you vote. So I'm talking to voters of this country that will determine the future of Western civilization. That's what I'm doing here today. Yeah? Wait, hold on. How is it any different?
Why are you here, she says. Isn't it a little bit silly? No. There's more of you.
Proud of yourself for debating college kids who are
Yeah, there's more of them. That's how it works in a fucking college. There's a teacher, and you kind of try to match the teacher's energy, no? And some people will be brave enough to stand up. And out of a crowd of 1,000 people, we would expect someone to be brave enough to ask a fucking question. Bro, spin it in a way that's like super proud of like, you are the future, you are the voters. Again, there is a misconception. Your vote never matters. Never ever. Your vote will never swing anything. But if you feel like you're part of the group and you feel like you're winning, go win, you know? Go win. Winning democracy is important. Being on the right side of history is important because you understand what issues we have in hand and who's supposed to be in a position of power to solve those problems.
Here today. It's an open mic.
I think that you push a dangerous agenda.
Such as?
Your stance on abortion rights, for example.
Here we go. Okay.
Who's dangerous? Abortion is one of those like stakeholders or the staple of politics where you just like put it there of like you can't do abortion, but when you do abortion we know you're a fucking killer. You're a piece of shit human being. The moment you start doing abortions proudly and demanding for more of that shit, we know we got you. You know, I feel like it's one of those political staples where we know women just kind of go killer instincts immediately when they have power, and they're gonna start killing babies immediately when they have too much power. So it's that flashbang moment of like, yes, we should switch politics right now. They have everything they wanted. They have nothing else to kill anymore but themselves.
Great you're here, Charlie.
See what she did there? She tried to kill the conversation. This bitch, she be fat. She already killed so many things. So she stand proudly of like, I'll be nice to you. You know? This is how you have to look at women. They are motherfucking killers. But the most important thing, they killed themselves. They stopped existing. There's no morality within them anymore. I can't find a woman's existence, unfortunately, in this life. And so, in all these circumstances, so far, they're just, like, extremely pathetic to me. So don't be surprised that this is the viral moment. Don't be surprised, guys.
Of the laws that are being pushed in Congress that are against the LGBTQ community and the trans community.
You don't belong in that community, though. That's where I draw the fucking line, dude. You're not a fucking representative of any of that shit. Community stands for itself. You can only rally behind it. Where's that community? I don't see it on the fucking picture here. I could understand she's representing like Yu-Gi-Oh community, card gamer community, racing community, biker community, I don't know. But this is the dumbest thing you can bring on the table when you're not a part of the community. Then shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Stop propagating random bullshit where you have to say trans twice because LGBTQ does stand for trans. Crazy, I know. You fucking named it.
This is what you do. This is what you do. You take people and you put them under the spotlight and you...
Well, hold on. I didn't ask you to...
Guys, if you want my opinion, she's a fucking drug addict and she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing.
come up here. You voluntarily came to the front of the line. You didn't have to do that.
You're purposely
You didn't have to do that. I'm a drug addict.
antagonizing people on campus, asking
How?
people to come up by spreading your weird agenda.
How? What agenda is that? I'm confused, though.
So Charlie, I'll say this. We'll end on this and we'll go to the...
You can't... Bro, she went the whole hostage situation in here for 5 minutes. She took more airtime than anyone else. You have to be drug addicted as fuck to do that.
The next question. I was 18.
And it's the craziest thing, like she even bring up the most ironic thing of substance. Well, he became substance.
And I'm not going to blame
She became a punching bag.
you for the party.
This sucks. Ramaswamy just takes the cake, and Charlie gets to stay in silence. Really bad. Okay. Almost dies, bro.
Having a conversation right now.
Yes.
So that's not subjective then. So not everything is subjective.
So why do you believe morals?
Right?
And that
Well, let me
you
ask
are,
you another
like,
question.
right
I'll
in
tell you.
this-
I will
No,
answer.
please don't interrupt me.
Well,
Anytime in a conversation, if you cannot be interrupted, you are degenerate.
You can.
That's
no,
it.
Let me finish my sentence.
respect you guys.
What's a soul?
Abortion being discussed again. And it's brain rotting me, actually. So I'm gonna push forward. Why women kill themselves when they do abortion is the question I need to push forward. First of all, you gave the most valuable thing to someone. But after you give the most valuable thing to someone, you decide that, nah, I'll give it to someone else as well. Doesn't have to end right now with a baby. That's crazy. If you don't have any commitment on the most valuable asset that you have, like, fucking riddle me this, daddy. You know, what the fuck do women do for society if they demand abortions? You know, all of a sudden you're just mass extinction routes. You're going the mass extinction of like no women should exist anymore. It's like, okay, party for everyone who's still alive, and then the next generation will not come in. Not welcome. See, baby doesn't come from the fucking simulation. From some witch cursing you. It can't come from rape. unfortunate. You know, someone takes away that your valuable thing. That's an exception that everyone brings up. But in most cases, what people are fighting for is not that. Women just want to be killers successfully. And they want to indulge in activities that they don't have to commit to. They don't want to commit to sex in any way. They want to make it feel like it's available for everyone. And it's like, what are you doing? That's the most valuable thing you can offer to anyone. You know? If someone deems you as pretty, you will be attractive. Unless you're a fucking slut. You know, that's the whole fucking point of why women are killing themselves by killing their most precious thing, by allowing it to just spread far and wide. You know? And they obviously care about racism because they want to spread it far and wide. They want to spread their sexuality far and wide to other women. Also, indulge in the same fucking shit. Just, leftism is literally sexual explosion in everyone's face. While at the same time they try to pretend that they can manipulate men that they want to manipulate. You know? That they can just be like, don't interrupt me. Get the fuck out of here. Bro should have literally said, get the fuck out of here. Just get the fuck out of here. Far away from this fucking table. If you feel like you have power, then the guy who fucking created this event has 10 times the power. And you get the fuck out of here. That's where subjective morality comes into play. This is where morality is born, right? You don't want the same thing to happen to you of, don't interrupt me. Let me speak for 2 hours, okay? Shut the fuck up now. Let me speak to this person, that person, that person, and that person. Don't interrupt them, you know? If I do the same thing to you, and I potentially can do it 10 times harder, then, you know? You just projected a moral value that doesn't fucking work. That is not nice enough. And can actually disrupt your life immediately. So, if he actually wanted to, you know, bring her down like a plane and smashing into the ground, this is what you would do, right? Say, don't interrupt me, I'm trying to talk to this person and that person and that person and that person and that person. Don't interrupt me right now, all right? This is how you defend moral values, my friends. And Kirk does not have big enough this moral shield. You have to build it as quickly as possible because, you know, people are fucking vicious like that. People are gonna try to fucking steal your shit.
So,
What's a soul?
the matter.
But
That's
guess
still
what?
a truth
You've
claim.
had your truth in this country for the past thousands of decades.
That is the most bizarre statement of all time. Thousands of decades. Bro, are you like 22 years old? You can only be subjected to someone else's truth for as long as you have been alive. So, when people bring up these big numbers, I'm like, what the... Bro, like, just... Kirk, are you still there? Put that shit somewhere else. She's not supposed to participate like this. It's crazy. What is going on?
Care about.
Because of the society we live in.
Wait, hold on. Quota.
What is the
It's called a
viral
statistic.
moment? Because she was allowed to speak too much, bro. See, that's the scary thing. The scary mistake you can make is allow demons to fucking speak, and I would not fucking do that. We swap. You elimination rounds. If you fucking attack my feelings too hard, then you better fucking hope that other people can speak for you. You know? You better hope that other people can do the same thing. Because attacking feelings is just not something people are able to do on an on basis. Like, she is the most attractive of them all and still kind of looks like a brat. And of course takes the cake of like, oh, I have so much confidence. I have built up so much confidence. Let's punch this political moral person with my relativism, basically. Why do you think you're better than everyone else? And it's like, bro, you definitely sponged up a lot of fucking praise and compliments, didn't you? Fucking crazy person. I would say get the fuck out of here, bitch. while you still look pretty, you know? Before you tainted your face with political bullshit
Black people. Is that so? Are you trying
coming out of your
to
mouth.
say determination? You guys can come up and talk if you want. Yeah, it's 95 degrees out here, man.
This is not good. This is not good for your health. Bro. It's almost like someone actually gave Charlie a fucking favor. Because he's literally in a self-destructive position. Hey, it's 95 degrees. No, don't fucking talk to people then. Outside. Don't be outside. Don't spread drama, Kirk. What the fuck is wrong with you? That guy is also on my fucking nerves right now. Jesus. Get yourself comfortable. Don't be outside when it's fucking super hot and people are sweating, bro. Like, what are you doing? That's the dumbest fucking thing you can do. You're gonna surround yourself with demons instantly. All these demons gonna do is just try to smell your fear, basically. They will have zero thoughts in their heads. They will just stand there and try to pressure you, basically. There's nothing fucking productive about it, bro. Holy shit, almost dies. You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. Nah, he made such a terrible mistake here. That's fatal right there. That's fatal. It explains everything now, unfortunately. Now, what I'm saying is awareness that I have, and some people might not have. But this is what happens when you're too courageous. It's crazy.
Stuff at all. And by the way, just so we're clear, the wealthiest counties in the country all vote for Democrats. You know that, right? 8 out of 10 of the wealthiest counties in the country vote for Democrats. The wealthiest people, absent Elon Musk, are all on the left. The richer you are, the more likely you are to be a Democrat and on the left.
I think it's a very interesting dynamic. Just like women try to withhold their valuables, but at the same time enslave a bunch of people around them. I think they have a lot of in common with billionaires. Absolutely.
Explain it to me, please.
Let's do sex talk. I can't easily find content, unfortunately, but let's talk about sex, right? It's actually not that crazy of a thing. It's just like a little play of two people that can go in horribly wrong. If you really think about it, it's such a tiny thing, it's such a tiny interactions, it's not even that special. But you can only do it in privacy, you know? It's a little bit frowned upon. And the road leading up to that should be long and tedious to just have such a small little thing. And that's why women hold a lot of value, because it takes a long time to just be comfortable with a person. That's it. But women can also stop existing by holding moral values that just don't make any fucking sense and make them unattractive. And then they have no fucking values. Women have to fundamentally be attractive. Because what they offer is extremely small thing, extremely insignificant thing. Where as close as you can get to it, you're gonna get all the other things more likely, more valuable things. Like social status, compliments, being with a pretty person, kisses, hugs, you know. And just other things are gonna be just as valuable as you get closer to it. So there's a whole fucking strategy that you have to think about. And when leftism boils down to just like, let's just explode sexuality, let's not think about it too much anymore. Just give more freedom to women and that shit will obliterate women's ability into being women anymore. That's the whole fucking problem. Women have been on self-destruction for a very long time. Not just like men have been dominating or something. No, men have been fucking silent on most issues. But then we have angry Asian show up to fucking hijack the microphone again. Kirk needs to fucking control this fucking microphone because it's getting out of control. But, you know, you push through it. The way to watch these videos is probably to skip demons. I can do it myself. I just didn't knew that I had to fucking do it. You know, to push away someone from the microphone.
I think some of parts of inner cities, there's a
You're not attractive.
lot more crime. And a lot of that is...
They commit.
This is how I would talk to women. I would just change the script entirely of like, you're not attractive. What do you offer to society? I need to know. I'm suspicious.
in fact, affect
30 years than we're ever
Are we really gonna be fucking talking about blacks and Asians and all that shit? Trying to appeal a difference? The blacks are the different ones up here in the north region of the world. The blacks are the weird ones here. That's why they do the most crime, because their culture is incompatible. Their ideology of how life should be is incompatible in most situations when they get out of control. You know? Either they have to respect the fucking culture that they live in, the Northland culture, or get the fuck back into Africa or whatever they feel their culture exists. Because that's just how it works. You know, people are generally more calm, they have less energy to spend throughout the day, they're not as fucking explosive and unhinged, and just, they don't tend to share as much values as quickly as possible, right? So when people bring up racial, this crime statistics, it's actually natural, but blacks don't really belong here, so whoever brings it up, they bring it up onto themselves. This whole issue, like, this culture is not compatible. It's up here. Some people are just moral enough to be compatible. Absolutely, that's what makes you compatible across many cultures. You just become a moral human being. You know how to communicate your morality and convince people that you are not a threat. You're here to help. But this is what I find. Like, where did these black people spawn? Definitely not up here where white people spawn. I'm just saying.
brought as slaves. Okay, no, this is fine. This is great.
Basically.
So you think that poverty equals crime?
I think that it's highly correlated, and there's a lot of studies
This is where
on
we
that.
disagree. What an insult to the working poor
So
of this
why
country.
do you think?
So yeah, it's pretty obvious incompatible culture is probably also going to be poor in the end of the day. And gonna, resolve things in desperate measures when it's a cultural difference. And not just like, yeah, it's a skill issue, I still have to work to not be poor, Blacks wouldn't think the same way. They have so much energy, they look at all these crackers of like, I can bend them in half. Why am I not fucking rich right now? That's how they think, I imagine. They only get upset, they don't become rational. So they get leaning towards crime. And even that's obvious to me now.
I think that's a
Skip. Give it to a black person. Make her pretty. Somehow. Man, these guys take so much airtime. Motherfuckers.
that dollar.
So all people are trying to kill racism. They miss the point where the blacks are up here. Like, they're not in the right place. How can you kill something when you're doing the wrong thing? You're never gonna resolve an issue by just kicking your car. It's not gonna just magically start the engine. Instead, you can kick yourself in the ass and find a car that works. That is why racism is a never-ending fucking topic, simply because there's no limit to how far you can pull a black person towards the north. It's just a never-ending rope pull by women of how much they fucking want it. That is the only real topic of racism, my friends. I am getting these, like, crazy insights, though. It's kind of fascinating, but at the same time, it's gonna kill this whole thing as well. Kanye for president, let's
state
go.
of the economy and
The way of living.
So yeah, if you want to be a strong man, don't buy into anti-racism. That's women's propaganda. They're trying to get something from you, and that something does not benefit you in any way.
living. I call that very clearly.
Oh my god. Objective morality gets tainted by one thing, and one thing in particular. Sometimes you need to use the gun, sometimes you need to abort the child. There are circumstances where the situation is evil, and you can potentially destroy the evil with lesser evil. That would still be moral. It is very easy to understand what is evil, it just harms other people. The only time it's complicated, like in a situation of war, when someone attacked you and you have to shoot back at them. Someone invaded your property, you have to shoot them back. Which is actually wrong. You should, again, use lesser amount of evil and just show that you have a gun. But if they have numbers, then gotta shoot one of them down, unfortunately. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Absolutely. So, but in normal circumstances, objective morality shouldn't be a difficult, complicated issue. Because pain exists, okay? Simple as that. The complexity comes from how do you quantify pain? Because in a certain environment where pain already exists, small amount of pain, if it solves the problem, is permissible. If someone is shouting at you, you can shout back. That's just how it works. Or you can leave, and they cannot follow. And continue their harassment. Or they have to get reported. And so on. That's just, this stuff is a whole video of learning experience of how objective morality looks like, how to fully understand it. Skip the demon who doesn't understand it.
That's a big difference, and that distinction's important. But you asked very specifically about democracy, which is not an American value. It never has been and never should.
What the fuck are you just started? What? I thought democracy is the greatest thing of all time. I thought that's what makes me happy when Trump wins the presidency, democracy. That people actually decided that this to happen. They chose. What the fuck is he? Bro just surprised me. I don't know where this is gonna go.
Because what is majority rule no matter what. That there's no provision.
Majority rule? This is democraticism, not democracy. Democracy, you can summon it whenever you feel like it. On like very important issues, you need to know. You need to decide something. That's democracy. Democratism is where majority rules most issues. Most things you can't decide. This is why we decide on a fucking ruler. We decide on who is gonna make decisions instead of deciding every single decision using democracy. It's a good picture. That's how I imagine Kirk now. You know, I do feel he was proven wrong correctly.
Visions of checks and balances, no and wisdom are the same thing.
Every person, you listening right now, you need democracy in your life. You need to go door to door and ask people to vote apple or orange. You need democracy. Democracy is the greatest value in anyone's life. You have to go and make people choose. Do you choose this Pokemon or this Digimon? You know, what do you choose? You just need this in your life. It's the greatest thing ever. I got hit by a fucking lightning strike right now. Thinking about it. Yes. One piece of democracy will turn you into next level human being. Just one piece. Just come to a person, make them choose, make them vote for something. It's the most beautiful thing. I technically can do that in a card game community. You have these things called posts, and some of them you can vote. Right? Some of them you can vote for. So I probably should use it to spread the power of democracy. Because I do believe in the connection that it has. Like in real life, it's much more potent. But it's still pretty good to just know the idea of democracy. Of why it's so important. Because making decisions, people can actually do a pretty good job at that thing. They can still do a good job at one particular thing. Making that split decision. Choosing something over something else. Like, they can do a good job at this. Absolutely, majority rule does not work in every circumstance. But in your like personal circumstance, whatever you have to offer, whatever you're concerned about, and I probably can switch up and do it more than once a year because I still don't have that much following. It's not that important. But it's a good thing to engage in. It's very Very good entry to like a social media world. You just asked people to choose between two things.
Rural Utah, buy your own land and share your own water and share your own food.
If you don't like capitalism, then go somewhere else and do something else. That is the beauty of freedom, jazz hands. That, my friend, is democracy. People decide what ism to follow, what works. Money works, seemingly. Limited amount of time, it seems money is gonna work. Money's not gonna work eventually. When we have the good things, already made, already factored in, all the good things we can have. When we make 2,000 of the Trump hats, 2 million on the Trump hats, and nobody wants to have anymore, but we're still gonna have them. That's it. I guess maybe we have made enough hats for the rest of humanity. This is when capitalism falls apart because we have so many things. What am I supposed to buy anymore? Right? Only food. And then the question is, food, Mr. Kirk, but I need food to survive. I might even kill human beings to survive, Mr. Kirk. Capitalism will just fall apart in front of your fucking face. Oh shit, it already did. I am already hateful towards capitalists. They don't understand that their religion is falling apart so quickly that in 2 years' time, capitalism will cease to exist as a dominant belief system, right? The moment capitalists are going to be like, man, the only thing we can sell them is food, is the moment capitalism raises prices and does the unthinkable, the most immoral thing, undeniable greed touches our society and we have to do something about it to combat. It's just that simple. Then we will overthrow capitalism, potentially. Throw the baby with the bathwater. The ugly thing we'll have to do. We will try to combat rising prices, but we're just gonna destroy capitalism instead by accident.
The promise. Tell me the promise.
The promise for
Man, what the fuck are you standing here? College, of course, is a scam. It's expensive. And you're supposed to counter value with the college, where college is supposed to give you such crazy boost in productivity or something that gets you a well-paying job and counters the value. But no, capitalism always establishes scams on those territories where people almost doomed to go and follow. Just like food prices are going to go up, housing prices are going to go up, so is the fucking college. So is the idea that you want to be smart, but you became a fart, a capitalistic fart to be extracted for profit. It's gonna be a scam, even if it's not. And currently, the way people talk about it, it's 100% a scam. Go fucking get a job, homeless piece of shit. Homeless demon. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the first thing you would ask this person, what job do you have? Don't claim that you're a fucking happy person right now in thinking that your future is bright when you don't fucking know what's gonna happen, bro. You're gonna get smacked in the face by the free market, potentially.
Hello.
That was debated, basically. Why do some people get some more powerful votes than others? This is two types of voting. This is population voting and location voting. That's how simple it is. If you in a certain location, you represent that location. You have to, protect that location. Otherwise, governments will just freely chop up the land, will do whatever they want in that location, build whatever they want. They will take over. Like, protecting land from the government is another democratic move, so it's a combination of locations and populations. Pretty fucking obvious. That was really weird.
how damaging that is to go around to say the people who raised you and nurtured you and brought you into the world that you're a cult because some professor told me the definition of a...
It's a typical thing people do.
What makes conservatives different than leftists is that what I'm again about the being that also has autonomy.
This abortion thing, it keeps getting stupider. Is fetus a human being or not? What is a fetus? Fetus is unfortunately a political topic. That's what it is. It incites women brewing a political topic. I can kill that? Let's kill it. And pump my breasts with more fake breasts. With more implants. Let's go, bro. That should also be illegal, to be honest. Look, government, when it sees fertility rates going down, they will slap the abortion out of your fucking mouth. This is just the most simplest thing. Can we simplify and not just be like, fetus is a tree. Fetus is a fucking eagle. Fetus is an activation of a dragon. Fetus is just a clump of cells. It's a virus. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, that you.
Fetus is a potential human being. Being sheltered by a woman for a certain amount of time. That's what fetus actually is. And you can kill that potential anytime you want, but don't expect moral praise, you know? When it comes to politics, the reason why fetus is a political topic is because it's mostly about morality of like, should you kill the potential of another human being just because you don't care, you know, so fucking much? Like, at least accept the consequences of what your life presented you with.
Is like all this stuff. How do we make that safer for other people without bringing people that care about it?
Not that important to me.
I kind of love the not that important to me idea where you have to carry your own weights on certain values that you bring up. Not important.
I want the country one.
Bro's trying to diversify. Man, I don't know, man. Like, she's like a diverse herself by being an engineer, but at the same time, she's just forcing diversity in general. As if such a great value. I don't care, dude. But that's where he should have been from the very beginning. It's like, okay, convince me that diversity is our strength in these fields. The whole time he's trying to just convince her to understand that it's not the norm. It's not normal to expect women to perform in fields that they're not good at. And she lied to get ahead. How pathetic.
That is so above the rest. And you just think it's like a tax advantage. And it's fine, because actually most Americans agree with you.
Yeah.
That's right. Marriage is no longer about making a child. Marriage is about tax advantage. We all agree on this thing.
Legal.
Just to quickly clarify of what this content was in general, it was my takes on the shit they are talking about with Kirk, right? He gets to bring up topics based on whatever he cares to upload. They bring up ideas, and I try to make even higher level sense of all of this shit than the information presented already.
Example, like Jim.
So yeah, technically, Kirk chooses to be insignificant in a way, at least based on what happened naturally. Like, I have my own shit to talk about, and bro is spinning circles around abortion and this, like, racial thing. Because women throw these ideas. It's always women.
Class white culture.
And it's not in black culture?
No. In fact, it's glorified by the rap culture. It is.
I think
Yes.
rap culture is showing what happened. I don't think it's.
Do you think that the songs that are the most popular in Black America are uplifting Black America to be better versions of themselves?
I think the most popular
like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. Do you think that they're like empowering people to be great?
Well, I do think Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are empowering, but when you talk about like,
man, that's weird shit. I would never listen to rap. This is just so alien to me. And I automatically expect black culture to be different, so
I tend to lean liberal.
I think this clip is
on a lot of issues, and I'm kind of torn on the election.
I want to try to win you over as a liberal for Donald Trump. So you're going to give me a chance, okay?
I will, sir.
All right, okay. There are 3 things I want you to think about when voting for Trump. Number 1, home ownership. I imagine you want to own a home sometime in your life, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, in order to own a home, you would have to make $125,000 a year right now just to be able to get the mortgage. When Trump was president, it was $75,000 a year. Because Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have spent $6 to $7 trillion of unnecessary federal spending, which have inflated asset prices. The border. Under Donald Trump, the southern border was the most secure it was in American history, with border crossings at an all-time low. Under Kamala Harris, 10 million people have come across the southern border into this country. We have no idea who they are. They're coming into our communities. As a liberal, I imagine you don't like war, right? Under Donald Trump, it was the first president in 40 years where we had no new wars. Think about who is endorsing Kamala Harris. Dick Cheney, Leon Panetta, Liz Cheney. These are the warmongers of 20 years ago that got us into these wars. And this is why we're seeing Bobby Kennedy, Elon Musk, Tulsi Gabbard, people that are card-carrying Democrats, vote for Trump, because what's happening at the Democrat Party is it's a party of censorship, it's a party of war, a party of open borders that is against actual traditional liberal values.
To fix the economy, fix the border, why hasn't she done it already?
Well, the economy's doing great. We had a soft. Oh, it is. Oh, come on. Record stock market. Give me a break.
A lot of people. Look at all these miracles of adoption around you. Praise God that your mom didn't have an abortion. Praise God your mom didn't have an abortion. Praise God your mom didn't have an abortion. These are all miracles that I'm glad that your mom had the courage to put you up for adoption and have somebody else raise you so that you could be here today and enjoy life. We are the crusaders of life. The Democrats are the cult of death.
Why do you, as like
I was doing the same conclusion.
a professional...
So that's that. In a way, he had a viral compilation himself.
Able to vote both in.
Man, shut the fuck up about Israel, please. Why a tiny nation is shaking the entire fucking world right now.
Cancer or a toxin on our society.
Alright, let's get some toxic shit. If I can survive this, then we can finish the video.
It is 100.
They start with abortion and abortion again. I talked about it, and Kirk sucks on this fucking issue. He doesn't bring up the thing that leads up to abortion in the first place, which is a love. Does that matter? Does that have any moral weight to it? No. We're just talking about fetus again. What is fetus in Latin? Little human. You know, little human probably entered your fucking neck and started extracting blood out of that neck. Holy shit, man. Little missile, you know? It is actually a good ground for love to be discussed, right? But Kirk completely misses the point and doesn't start off the right foot, off the wrong foot. He wanted that. And yeah, you oversensitize the subject because oh, it's a murder to kill a baby inside someone else, which these people dare to call that parasites. Yeah. If you want to call it parasites without any love, call it a demon. Demon comes out, you have to take care of it. It's fucking mental, absolutely. If you don't want it, if you don't want something. But there should be consequences, you know? And if you don't want the consequence of abortion is illegal, what consequence can we put on you? What pressure can we put on you? Or just the number of humans doesn't fucking matter. Consequence of sex doesn't matter. No one should get consequence of anything. Because again, that's the consequence of sex naturally. Why should anyone intervene into this whole process? See, abortion is not necessarily a natural thing. Almost no medical procedure is a natural thing. Something has to be broken. So if you had sex and that does not translate into a relationship, there's something broken. And you do deserve abortion, but you also deserve something else, you know? Or at least allow abortion to be illegal. You know, this is a very complicated moral issue in a way that I'm explaining. But Kirk is definitely not on this fucking level. Get out of here. Stop talking about it.
Fertilized. You do not know that, even now you do.
It's one of those things of stop killing games. If someone put in 9 months of effort, is it murder? When is it murder? What? You own the fucking games. No one is even trying to create a legal debate about your creations if you destroy it. Because you own it. It's But human being is so different. The government loves human being, you know, enslave human being, use it for military purposes. Human being is very good for government. Skip the whole thing.
His claim is that college.
Yeah, fetus is potential human being. Even baby is potential human being. Even a fucking tiny child is a potential human being. There's probably no reason to fucking kill it. You can just let it die on its own terms, you know? But when it comes to, like, moral values, if you actually want to uphold moral values, you probably, whatever happens, naturally, we kind of probably want to run its course and cherish love, you know, as the greatest moral value. Love comes from just nature alone, nature of things. And abortion is interference of literally some fucking dude to kill something inside you. It's not even like a mother's consent that is required for abortion. It's literally some other dude that has to come in with medical procedure. Like, what are we talking about? Does that sound like loving kind of action being taken? It's fascinating. Most programmers have to fucking put blood, sweat, and tears for whatever the fuck they're doing. Most mothers just have to put food in their mouth to shit out a baby. And that's still probably gonna produce better outcomes than fucking video game. And women still cannot be proud of that shit properly.
Or
Give
business.
me a break. Hence why we call it the death cult, alright?
Understanding
That's what it stems
deeper
into.
things. Yeah, my next claim is
Whatever. It's college, it's scam. I did not like this discussion, but I guess I'll give my take on it. You know, the biggest scam is child labor being illegal. People should be going to work and be earning more and more and more money, incrementally. If money is a religion, then fucking give it to me. You know, tell me what to do already. Jesus fucking Christ, where is a problem? If I can figure out how to solve that problem, then keep giving me the same problem if there's more of it. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Not only college is a scam, these creatures are a scam. A walking, talking scram that bought into this. Fucking degenerates, basically. You should be wasting 4 years searching for a job because that's how hard it is to find one.
Is that right?
Yeah, but that.
Trans women are not women. They're not women to me, so I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, if I'm looking for a woman, I don't look for a trans woman. I'm not looking for a table that transformed into a fucking woman.
I don't think necessarily.
That's secretly a table. Oh shit. Should fuck a table now.
Really works.
But there's never been a
Oh my god, my car transformed into a woman. My pillow transformed into a woman. I love this shit. Trans women. Oh my god, she transformed into a piece of shit.
I also located, right, because there are social norms for a gender, but I do think we try to break that, right?
Stop breaking things, bitch.
Sure,
Stop it. Bro is eliminating anyone, or at least 2 people in a row, because they can't tell what the definition of woman is. So typical.
Murder.
Alright, just let me break this down. I guess I will listen, but it's just so fucking degenerate immediately. Women are easy to identify in society, and if you want to start breaking down that, you have to start changing the way women appear in society. Otherwise, trans people have to kind of like follow this weird standard of appearing as a woman, first and foremost. But just because you appear as a woman doesn't mean you have enough women qualities to fool someone as much as you want. But go ahead, fool people. Turn yourself into a table, turn yourself into a cat, fool people. Who's stopping you? You will never be a woman, you know, you're never born a woman, never gonna be one. But fool as many people as you want. Hopefully that helps. Your broken personality.
The creed is that you do.
This guy's defining woman as XY chromosomes. I mean, you would punch people in the face like that. Like, oh my god, chromosomes? What the? What? You use scientific space term to define genders. Like, what the fuck is this, bro? You would punch this guy in the neck.
You do not have both.
Man, I do not mourn his death, unfortunately. I hate everything he went through, but at the same time, it's a shithole, bro. It's a fucking shithole. I don't think he just got purged. I think he got vortexed, because this is definitely a weird thing to do for a human being. To talk with a bunch of weirdos about weird things and say weird things and claim weird things and claim democracy is not a value of America, whatever. And then throw me off with that one.
People with
Bro got aborted at 30 years old or whatever. Damn, aborted so young.
cis women have different hormones.
But no, we talk about sports and women. Uh-oh. Did we allow imposters to invade women's spaces? That is really unacceptable. Now we have to work extra hard to test if every woman is a woman. We have to, you know, touch their private parts, unfortunately, you know. We have to, like, give these, like, funny consequences of, like, oh, you like trans women inside women's sports, but they're not actually women. And we have to double check, you know, invade their privacy, so to speak, just to make sure that no trans woman invades women's sports. That would be crazy. Easy trophies, they say. We will give you easy trophies. No, do you have a penis or don't have a penis? That's what it is. The magical difference maker. XY chromosomes up your face, bro. Holy crap. Holy Kirk, man.
Okay.
This is crazy.
Those two things, but the first one is stronger. You're right. Joe Biden said, I'm going to put on my vice presidency a black female. Right. So his criteria was, yeah, and that was like Karen Bass and Kamala Harris.
Okay.
So she was not chosen because of her intellect or her accomplishments or because of any of that. It was because she happened to fit a couple boxes. In fact, Amy Klobuchar, the vetting at the time was that Amy Klobuchar would have been a better VP, and Kamala ended up getting it. So it's just a statement of
Yeah, fuck all these humans. I want vice president to be a dragon right now.
fact that she is
Go faster.
Determined, because we all have subjective definitions of what a competent politician is.
Man, shut the fuck up. Anytime you bring subjectiveness on the table, it sounds so stupid every time.
My
She was crazy incompetence. The irony. Holy crap, she got nothing on the table.
I think the best thing I could say about
Ignore this other stuff. I'm just bored at this point.
this is, I know what it is. You're baiting us into rage so that you can make money on your TikTok account. You're
You should feel
baiting
sorry
college students
now.
all
You should feel sorry though, because you got baited into way worse
over the
things.
world, and to argue.
and they're going to
He rage baited you guys into 4 more years of Republicans ruling, so...
Qualitative examples. These are all subjective, qualitative examples. Her race, her...
Yes. Easy to deny, easy target, isn't it? Subjective.
And I can believe differently than you, and I think we can agree to disagree.
I think we can agree to count flags when we're defining subjectivity so desperately.
Okay, fine. Perfect.
Yeah, don't come to a more popular person and agree to disagree with your subjective garbage. That's worthless. You know, the popular person's gonna be like, oh, okay, bye. Your view of who has the most subscribers is very subjective, so... This is that one thing that they can't deny. They just can't deny that. And if they love objective stuff, the most objective thing is democracy, is whether Kamala wins or not. You literally see scapegoats that will get crushed after the election. Man, it's funny.
In a certain sense, for like
The world of capitalism breeds these motherfucking subjective demons, bro. That's their ultimate weapon.
so you mean like
would be
Because only demons would use the subjective reality that we live in, where we're all lonely, basically, and silent. Is their perfect fucking grounds for breaking everything.
you want? So you're
Bro, don't pick the easiest, fucking lowest hanging fruits.
whatever you
You're
want.
such
So
a loser.
you're the
That is so pathetic. Kirk just showed his patheticness in a very goddamn end. You can't do this. Like, she was the weakest person with nothing to say. What is gonna happen now?
Am I debating here? Am I?
You can't find a debater, unfortunately. Anyways. Well, it's just another confirmation of apocalypse. We're in deep shit. And we should trust anyone who even dares to try and stop any of this shit. So since Kirk was, you know, in Republican camp, they're probably not the problem, and they want to solve things instead. That is just the most obvious thing. In capitalism, demons run loose. They live their lives, and that's a fucking big problem. Because like boomerangs, they come back hurting others. They have nothing else to do than bullying, so they just hope that enough people gonna live their own lives and not give a fuck when they start bullying again. I have a feeling like every single time a woman president is being pushed, that's a big slap in the face politically. But this, I don't even know what you would equate something like this with. Anyways, steer me in the comments. Be disrespectful and be deleted forever. Time is up for me.